And you might be wondering, who on earth is this? Well, this is my mate Bez from Restless Development, a charity, an amazing charity who you're going to find out about a lot more in just a second. But firstly, just to explain everything. So if you follow me on social media, you might know that I did the marathon and I've done a few fundraising things quite recently. And I ran to Bez for a little bit of advice how best to fundraise, and she gave me some amazing tips on bake sales. So we're going to team up today. I'm going to show you an absolutely delicious, super gooey, chewy marshmallow squares recipe that costs peanuts, so you're really going to make your money's worth. And Bez is going to tell you a little bit more about the best tips to make your bake sale go off with a bang.
So Restless Development is a youth-led development agency, and we help to run the International Citizen Service, or ICS.
And ICS is?
So ICS is an overseas volunteering programme for young people aged 18 to 25. And we work in different countries in Africa, Asia and South America. And it's a 10 to 12 week programme that looks to solve some of the world's toughest problems.
Amazing. So what sort of things would you be doing out there?
So we'll be doing lots of different things around informal education to solve problems like HIV and AIDS, sexual and reproductive health and rights, unemployment, livelihood problems. It's a lot of fun, and I went to Zambia, as you know, and Katie was at my fundraiser.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, like the fundraising for it, a bake sale was just an easy, surefire way to pull in a bit of cash money.
Yeah, the easiest way, the simplest way.
And so we're going to start off just with a nice big pan on low to medium heat. Our 4 ingredients are butter, caramels, marshmallow and Rice Krispies, or some form of unbranded crispy rice thing. You just need to use the same quantities of everything. So no matter what the size of your tray is, weigh it out. I've got a tray here that fits 200 grams of Rice Krispies. So I'm going to use 200 grams of everything. Easy, simple, everyone following? Let's get started. So first of all, 200 grams of butter or margarine into the pan. Whilst I'm putting that in and melting that down, Bez, what's your top tip? Number 1.
Good plan to not have me on the cooking station. No. So top tip number 1 is that you need to pick a location. So you want lots of hungry people. So I would recommend a community event, a school, outside a university library.
So
when we were at library, we always wanted cakes. Or an office space.
Perfect.
Okay, let me do this, Darren.
Oh yeah, you sous chef. So into our 200 grams of butter, we're going to add in 200 grams of caramel. I am going to name drop here, Werther's Originals. This is a recipe passed down from my Auntie Jill. Auntie Jill, big love to you, big love. So Auntie Jill, thank you for this, and in our family, it's not a caramel, it's a Werther's Original. So 200 grams of that goes into our pan.
Smashing.
Lovely. And with that,
so tip number 2, promote. Posters, flyers, social media and emails are the best way to let people know where you're having your bake sale, when and why they should come.
And social media is a powerful one, people. So you're going to see those caramels soften, but the thing that's going to start getting them all binding is when we add in our 3rd ingredient, which is 200 grams of marshmallows. So those are going to go in. And with that, 3rd tip, please.
3rd tip. So it's really important to get support from your, take over.
Okay,
I can't cook and talk.
Multitask.
So it's really important to get support from your friends and family. Don't know if you noticed, but my mate Katie here is helping me bake.
Hey!
So you want to get support. People can donate ingredients, cakes that they've bought, or just help you run the stand.
So into this, now this doesn't look great right now, I admit, but there comes a turning point where all the marshmallows will start amalgamating with those caramels. It starts looking like a cloud of sugary, I won't say goodness, because let's not lie guys, unlike most of my recipes, this isn't the healthiest. But hey, every now and then we need to be naughty. If you want to be healthy, then hit the link up here and you can see a whole playlist of healthy food. But for now, we're going to be a little bit cheeky and treat ourselves to some gooey chewy goodness.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. So that has all come together beautifully now. It almost looks like a butterscotch sauce, absolutely delicious. And now is our final ingredient and the thing that's going to bind it all together, puffed up rice. So we're going to pop that in there and you're just going to have to give this a really hearty stir. This is where you get your arm strength going and you get to burn off a few of those calories you're about to stuff into your face. everything you say, I'm like, whoa! Really bad. Whoa. The heat is off now. We're going to transfer this into our tray, and as we do so, can you please give us tip numero 4?
So tip number 4 is about money. So we think that it's fair if you charge £1.50 per slice.
Nice.
And that way you're really getting great value for the time that you've spent in the kitchen and organising the event.
I think from this you make about 8 slices, so you're getting quite a lot.
So we all know that when you go to a bake sale, people always have the classic excuse, oh, I don't have any cash. So now there is no excuse because you can set up a just text giving. So you might have done this before, Kate, when you have a just giving page, you can set up a unique code and then people can just text the message and it charges their phone bill.
Genius, that is genius. And it did, and that was a massive win for me actually. And all you're gonna do now is that you smooth this out into the mold of your choice. And then all that happens now is either you can serve this up warm if you want to, but otherwise I would pop this in the fridge for about an hour to set properly, dice it up, and you have yourselves your first batch of bake sale goodies. So pop this in the fridge. Before we tuck in,
we're gonna lick the spatula.
That's what we're gonna do. Before we tuck in, can you tell us where they can find out about all the information to do with Restless Development and get involved with the scheme and go abroad and doing all the really cool, exciting things that you guys do?
So anyone can apply to do this as long as they're 18 to 25 and you don't need any qualifications. As I mentioned before, it's all government funded, so everything's paid for from your flights to your accommodation to your training. But we do ask that you raise £800, which is why we did our fundraiser. So if you click in the link in the information section,
in the description box, click down there.
Then there's some other cool videos about ICS that you can see and all of the information you could possibly want.
Right, let's do a little pan white thing, and then we'll see you in a second to tuck into our delicious marshmallow gooey chewy doggy squish. So there you have it, super duper simple, chewy gooey marshmallow squares. I think it's only right that we try them to make sure.
Oh wow.
Make sure that they taste okay for the punters.
No, well done.
Right? If you like this recipe and you want to see more from me, make sure you subscribe. I'm here every single Tuesday. And why not give it a thumbs up as well? And leave a comment in the box below if you've got any fantastic recipes for anybody's bake sales out there, or if you're fundraising yourself, drop your links in, share it with the community. And guys, make sure you check out Restless Development. I'll leave all of their details in the box below, along with those top tips. So thank you, Bez, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.